Hey everyone, in this video I'll be showing you how to install your Ricoh Copier print drivers on your computer in order for you to print to your Ricoh Copier. The steps in this tutorial can apply to pretty much any Ricoh model. Just follow the steps and it'll work just fine. For this tutorial I'm going to be using a Ricoh MPC 5503 model, but again it doesn't matter which model you have. Just follow the steps and it'll work just fine. Before we get started, you need to gather a few things. I went ahead and made a list. It's real simple. First off, you need to know the IP address of your copier. If you don't know what it is, walk out to your copier and go to your system settings, then interface settings, and there you'll find your IP address. If you still can't find it, contact the dealer who you purchased the machine from and they'll walk you over the phone how to find your IP address. Next thing is your printer drivers. I'll show you how to get those as well. So let's get started. Open up your browser. I'm going to go ahead and use Chrome. I like using Chrome. It's flawless. Internet Explorer gives us a lot of hiccups, and I recommend Chrome. If you don't have it, download it. It's easy. It doesn't take that long to install it. So the first thing we need to do is get our print drivers for our specific model. If you use Google, you can find it as easy as just typing in the model of your machine. In this case, again, I'm using an MPC 5503. Just type in drivers, and I'm using Windows 10, so I'm just going to click on Windows 10. The nice thing about Google, it takes you straight to the Ricoh website. So you click on that, and it normally detects the system you're using. As you can see here, it detected my Windows 10 64-bit. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to scroll down and I'm going to click on download. Okay, so once you get that downloaded, it looks like it already downloaded that quick. I'm using PCL6. You're going to find a whole bunch of different ones. Yeah, most people use PCL6. You can use PCL5C drivers for whatever reason. If you're maybe a special software program you have requires PCL5, but most of the time PCL6 is plenty. So once you have that, you go ahead and locate your, I'm going to go ahead and go to my downloads, and I'm going to copy this, and I'm just going to go ahead and on my desktop, I'm going to create a new folder. And I'm just going to call it Ricoh drivers. I'm going to go ahead and open that folder, and I'm going to paste what I just downloaded. The reason I did that is because it's easy to find, and also I can extract it here. I'm using WinZip extractor. You can use whatever extractor you want, but I like using Win7zip, I should say. I'm sorry. So once you have that there, you go ahead and close that and close the screen. And now you're going to go to your control panel. So you can type in CON and most of the time it pops up here, but if not, spell the whole word control panel. Click on that. Your control panel opened up. Sometimes your computer might show it like this. Sometimes it might show it like that. Mine just happens to be like this. So anyways, go to your device, your devices and printers, click on that. You're going to click on add printer. You can wait for it to find it. I sometimes just skip this and I just click on right here where it says the printer was not listed. And what I do is I click on add a local printer. Okay, so once you do that, you hit next. If you don't have the port already set up, most likely you don't have the port already set up, so you're going to create a new port, and that is the IP address of your copier. Do you remember I mentioned that you need to know your IP address? So this is where you will type it in. So I already know the IP address of my copier, so I'm going to go ahead here. I'm going to click on create a new port, and then I'm going to do the drop down, and I'm going to go to standard TCP/IP. This is the best way to set up your printer. You're going to hit next. You're going to type in the IP address of your copier, which in mine is, this is the IP address of mine. Sometimes this is checked. Make sure you uncheck this. Hit next. And you're going to click have disk. So now we're going to look for the drivers we installed. You can find, sometimes you can use generic drivers or like PCO universal drivers. I like to use a specific driver of the copier just in case you have a finisher, 3 or 4 cassettes. It would detect all your attachments. Whereas if you just use your universal printer, is just going to do your basic printer. If you ever wanted a staple collate or so, you're not going to be able to do that unless you have the proper drivers for your specific model. So anyhow, as you remember, we downloaded it. So I'm going to click on Have Disk. I'm going to browse. And remember I told you to put the folder on your desktop for easy access? Well, there it is, Ricoh. You're going to go to Disk 1. And then once you find the OEM setup, you click on that and you hit OK. You hit Next. And you could call it whatever you want here. As you can tell, the Ricoh called it Gestetner, but you can change it. You can put Ricoh MPC 5503 and delete the rest. Leave the PCO6 so you know, if you ever wanted a reference what kind of drivers, you know it's PCO6. So you hit next, wait for it to install. Some computers take longer than others, so just be patient. And I recommend keeping it at do not share because if you do share, that means your other computer will have to feed off this computer for your computer in order for it to print. And let's say for whatever reason your computer is off and you have your second computer set up through this computer. I hope I'm not confusing you. And if your computer's off, they're not going to be able to print. So I like setting up the print drivers on each computer. So it takes a little long depending on how many computers you have in your office, but just do it this way is the best way. So that way you have a direct connection from your computer to the copier. So check do not share this printer, hit next. It's your choice whether you want to make your default printer. If you do, just leave that checked and click on test print just to test to see if it went through fine. And once it does, you just click finish and there you go. You just installed your Ricoh printer and you can see it's right there. So I hope this video helps. Good luck and let us know if we can help you in any way.